There are millions in the Arab world, not just Arab leaders, asking us to act with them and stop the slaughter. And we should answer that call.
Weapons, guns and ammunition are fueling Syria's relentless fighting, with thousands of civilians dead.
We took a direct hit somewhere. I was injured in the leg. I think my colleague Marie Colvin is dead, and Remy also is dead, as far as I know.
Many more people around the world are raped, maimed and killed by armed violence every day. For the past 20 years, Amnesty International has campaigned for a global arms trade treaty. And this historic moment is closer now than ever before. The UK government has been a key player in getting this far. British MPs have made a huge difference through campaigning and working with Amnesty supporters. Your continued help and influence has placed Britain at the forefront of international talks.
It's got to cover sufficient weapons to make a difference, and by being effective, it's got to have enough nations signed up to it that will do something about it.
Last year saw the start of global negotiations for an arms trade treaty with human rights protection at its core. At the 2012 UN Diplomatic Conference, we came close to agreement. But at the last moment, the US stalled, leading the way for other skeptical governments to back out too. But we have another chance. This March, leaders will meet again to draft the text of the treaty, and you play a vital role in its success. In the run-up to the final UN conference, we need our MPs to ramp up the pressure to make this treaty effective.
We need you to call for a strong arms trade treaty. The UK government must make sure that there are no loopholes in the final text that could undermine existing human rights. That there are clear and binding rules that stop arms being supplied when they will facilitate war crimes, human rights abuses and poverty. You must make sure that the treaty applies to all conventional weapons, including ammunition, parts and components. And it must have teeth, with mandatory systems to enforce and monitor the treaty, with rigorous checks to ensure we know where the weapons actually end up. And it must have effective measures to stop armed violence against women. Together we can make history by writing to Minister Burt and calling on him to strengthen the treaty, close the loopholes and ultimately create something that will safeguard human rights and save lives.
The regime can now systematically work their way through and eradicate the opposition, and the opposition are women, children, old men. Anybody who stands in the way will be eradicated. It's systematic slaughter.
Help us make the arms trade treaty a bulletproof reality.